Now we're gonna talk about the squat, starting with the bodyweight squat. All right, so we're actually gonna have Coach Sid take her shoes off real quick and throw them to the side. While she's untying, she's featuring the all white, no bull shoes with the flat bottoms. Now, first thing we're gonna talk about is feet. That's how we're connected to the unit first, if you wanna get weird with it. But she's gonna get her feet in a slightly wider than shoulder width stance, and this is gonna vary depending on the athlete's preference and also their mobility restrictions. And she's gonna have slight angles in her feet. So she's gonna open her ankles slightly. And now what we're gonna do is create engagement and get her connected to the floor. And she actually gave me this, she's one of our newest coaches, but I heard her say, corkscrew your feet into the floor, and it's actually an awesome cue that I've stolen from her. So thank you, Sydney. So what she's gonna do is drive her foot into the floor and corkscrew it, external rotation in the hips and in her femur, her leg bones. So we wanna create that external rotation force in your squat base so that your foot gets completely connected to the floor. And now how does your lower body feel when you're squeezing that? You should feel your glutes squeeze tight as well. Now we're just gonna go into the squat, but before she does, she's gonna brace her belly with a big breath of air. And then you can put your arms straight across from you like this. She's gonna bring her pelvis down. Her knees are gonna track out as she descends into the squat. And the knees are gonna be in the same line as the feet. And that's what we're looking for. So go ahead and now she's gonna squeeze back up. Essentially, when her hamstring presses into her calf, that's the bottom position, and we want to use that as the point to come back up. We call that below parallel. If you think about a hip crease, we're trying to get below that hip crease. So again, she's going to brace with a big belly of air. The knees are going to open as the pelvis goes down so that they're in line with the feet. We like to say your feet continuously open as you descend into the squat. And then she's going to stand back up, and that is the bodyweight squat. Feel good?
Yeah.
Now, we are going to take you to the bar, and we are going to demonstrate what that looks like with a barbell on your back. And this lift is called the high bar back squat. The reason they call it high bar back squat is because of the position of the bar on your body. This is a high position. There is also what's called a low bar back squat, but that is going to be a separate video, instructional video we're going to show you that actually we're really excited about to show you the two different types of squats. So for the high bar back squat, the first rule, depending where you're squatting at, is that you set your hooks so that they're just below the shoulder. So for Sid, she's already got these preset. The key is we don't want the J-hook so high that you have to get on your tippy toes to unrack, because that's gonna break your midline, and that's no bueno. We don't want that. So this is a little high for her, that I'm a little bit nervous she went a little too high, but I think we're good. I think we'll be okay. So the first thing she's gonna do, she's already set her bar, is establish her grip. And this is gonna vary depending on the athlete's shoulder mobility, but the closer you can get, the more tension you can get in your upper back, and that's what we're looking for. So roughly one thumb at the edge of the rough part of the barbell is a good place to start. So once she grips that, she has her knuckles slightly over so that when she gets under it, she'll have a straight line from her elbow to her knuckles. So she's going to get under the barbells and place it on the meaty portion of the high traps. Elbows are going to squeeze back to create middle back tension, and then she's going to depress her shoulder blades into her back pocket, and we don't ever want her to let go of that position. That's a big thing I learned in the past 2 years, and it's been a game changer for our athletes. So that's a huge component that a lot of people are leaving on the table in their squats. So once she achieves this, her pelvis is behind the bar, her feet are underneath the bar, and she's not in a one-leg setup doing a good morning. She's completely under this bar. Now, she's gonna brace her belly with a big breath of air, stand up strong. She's gonna take one direct step back, 2 and 3, so a 3-step back, and now we're gonna apply and organize everything we taught you in the bodyweight squat. She's gonna corkscrew her feet in, external rotation in the hip and in the leg bone. She's squeezing her elbows together, initiating that middle back tension, and now her gaze is gonna be straight across the horizon. She's gonna look straight across, big belly of air, and then she's gonna descend into the squat so the knees track where the same line as the feet, and then she hits that hamstring to calf, she presses up. Go ahead and give us a couple more. Maintaining tension, it looks pretty good. I'm liking that. Once she's finished, she's gonna walk that bar until she hears metal, come on down, and then spin on around. Wave to the camera. And that's how we do the back squat at BlkOps Fitness. Hope you learned something today, guys. Thanks for checking in.